Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. My name is FullQ Developer and we build stuff here live and in the dirt and in the trenches. Guess that's not a good analogy, but anyway, currently I'm working on my script, my Swift scripting helper named Swish, and it's built on top of my other library called sh, which is useful for just running a straight up command from Swift. Here's an example here. You can call sh with a terminal command, for example, date plus %s. We can interpret that as a time interval, and then we can create a date using that time interval and print it out. So that's kind of an idea of what sh does, and then Swish and a few other libraries do a little bit more. I have a wrapper around 1Password and a wrapper around shxcrun to help out. So I've been trying to abstract a push to the App Store script, because I have a bunch of apps and they all go to the App Store, and I keep copy pasting it, but I want to make a library that's reusable for both me and for you. Yeah, so that's what we're working on. Talk about the file literals for a second. We're 17 away on Twitch from our next tie stream. We got the 100 on YouTube, so we had the tie stream. It was actually 1 week ago, and that was a lot of fun. So thank you so much for the follows and all that. So after thinking about this last night, all night last night, I guess I have some new ideas to take, directions to take this abstraction from. I was thinking I need to get rid of this library, but there is a lot of good things inside of shxcrun, and I think if we just tweak it a little bit to take arbitrary strings, it'll be useful once again. So I want to start with that. So let's head on over there. Make sure we're up to date. Oh, I have some changes here. Just in the README, I'm just going to go ahead and squash those. Then we can open this up inside of Xcode. And what I'm interested in is this this Xcode build stuff. Yeah, currently Xcode build has all these options so that they're reusable, and I think perhaps that's kind of the wrong approach here. I do like that. I do like how it serializes itself. It's like, oh, if we added a project, we'll append -project for you. If you added a workspace, then we'll add -workspace with the workspace name for you. And yeah, I guess I keep going back and forth on which direction to go here. Because as we were working here yesterday, it just gets, there's just so many paths to sort of manage for an Xcode build, and it just looks looks a little ridiculous, right? And then if we sort of do it explicitly, like Xcode build. I guess we can put XC run in the front. Archive with the scheme name, destination, and drive data, and archive path. I guess maybe it's just like a lot to put on someone who's just trying to get started with this. And yeah, so I think shxc run, it just needs a bit more rethinking. I like that it kind of provides like documentation inside of Swift from all the options are for Xcode, but there's just so many. I keep going back and forth, as you can see. But I guess if we stay here, Tukes says hello with 5 O's. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well out there today. Tukes, I'm feeling a little stuck. Feeling a little overwhelmed by how many options there are. And everything I thought was a good idea just does not seem to be working out for me. Let's see. Well, so I guess if we have this function build and upload, oh, Tukes asks, I am starting with UIKit, but I don't have a complete course. Do you have one to recommend me? I do. I would recommend checking out this guy, tunes.dev. He's a British guy. On his YouTube channel, he has tons of videos for UIKit and Swift UI. And you can see there's stuff for beginners, a lot of I think he speaks well, very explains things well. So I would say check him out. And going back to feeling stuck about refactoring this stuff. Well, let's do the secrets part. Now the thing with these secrets is they could be anywhere, right? But I guess just to get people started, we'll just use environment variables. And so these can have, I guess, raw values. Can I convert this to uppercase in an easy way? Maybe under services, transform to uppercase. Whatever, not gonna worry about it too much. Now, if I set up people with the API key and issuer ID method, then that's like an extra step people have to do. I wonder if I should just be your username and password, just sort of as the scaffold, I guess. Tukes asks, what are the fundamentals that we must know when starting UIKit? Didn't find a complete roadmap. That's a great question, and I'm not sure I have an answer for you. Yeah, I guess all my open source apps are Swift UI at the moment, so I'm not sure I can help you at this time. Do I still have caps lock on? I do. Bruce Leaf says UIKit is imperative and Swift UI is declarative. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of. Yeah, I guess that's a fundamental that you need to know. I guess auto layout is something else you could Google for. Look for tutorials on that. Yeah, I would say if you can, use Swift UI until you run into something, and then convert what you need to UIKit as just like a UI view or two. Bruce Leaf says UIKit is reference based, whereas Swift UI is mainly value type based. Yeah, and that's certainly something that has its, I wouldn't say pluses and minuses, just things to be aware of. Tuke says, I don't want to learn Swift UI before learning UIKit. What do you think, especially for job, most companies still using UIKit? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have career advice. That's something I try to stay away from. Bruce Leaf says, I am 100% using Swift UI for over a year at my job. Well, that's just fantastic. Okay, so let's cd into there and see what our build errors are at the moment. And this is in our templates folder. This is the App Store. Bruce Leaf says, a lot of places are moving away from UIKit or WatchKit to a SwiftUI app. Oh, right on. That's awesome. Okay, so I didn't say string here. So that was the cause of a bunch of those errors. Looks like I put a comma somewhere that I didn't mean to. Wasn't there. Wasn't there. Oh, I put a close paren where I didn't mean to. That's what the problem was. Yeah, I guess to speak for Bruce Leaf and myself, we both had to learn UIKit because that's all there was at the time. But SwiftUI feels a lot better in a lot of ways, and they keep making it better. And we'll just put this in here. And then let's see what else. I guess we need to create a secrets. And that's fine. And then we'll upload scheme, and then we have to pass it a credential. And this is an AL tool API key credential, I believe. Tukes asked, but is it possible to work only with SwiftUI? Is it not limited? You can get very, very far with SwiftUI. I've had an app featured in iOS Dev Weekly that was completely SwiftUI. It's linked on my website if you want to see it. Haptic Studio. Yeah, SwiftUI is the future. I agree with Bruce Leaf. So it's key ID and issuer ID. Let's copy that in one more time. And we have this off of secrets. And actually, let's extract a clarifying variable. So this will be secrets dot, what did we call it? API key ID dot value. And this will be secrets dot API issuer ID dot value, and these throw because these might not be here, so we can put a try out here and then indent this. And I believe there was one more variable we needed here. Yeah, the team ID. I guess we should put this one first. what was it? Apple Team ID. This will be secrets. Of course, all of this can throw, so we'll put a try out front. And let's see how we are doing here. It's not unique. Oh, did I mistype something? I did. Oh, this should be func, not value. Because that is a function it can throw. Variables can't throw, I don't think. Oh, looks like I double typed some stuff. Yep, I have archive path twice. I have export options path twice as well. Tukes asks, Bruce Leaf, so you advise me to go all in and Swift 2 as my first framework. Yes. Yeah, I think it's about that time. I think it's mature enough that that's okay. Oh, I don't initialize this. I've written this so many different ways. Yeah, so I keep telling myself this is a template that's meant to change, just to help people get off the ground. I expected a comma. Oh, oops, yep. Right, because I called it an upload credential. Oh, this needs to be remove item at path. Cool, so that builds. Maybe we should have like a reset directory helper on file manager. So we'll check if it exists, remove it, and then recreate it. Yeah, Bruce Leaf is making some great points in the chat. You could learn Objective-C and UIKit if you wanted and can still make a great app. This is 100% true. that Swift and SwiftUI are getting all the updates and love from Apple. They've backported a few things to Objective-C and UIKit, but yeah, the new stuff, especially around the Apple Watch, the old Watch APIs are being deprecated. The new stuff is being added only to, I forget what they're calling it in SwiftUI, the new Watch Kit stuff. And for example, widgets on the home screen, to use the new stuff is required for it to be in SwiftUI. So, I mean, I would say that you definitely need to learn SwiftUI, if not now, in a year when Apple comes out with something else that that's only supported by SwiftUI. And then another great point that Bruce Leaf makes is a lot of new content from the community is on SwiftUI. That's another great reason. It's going to be harder to Google for stuff or ask people for help as more people switch over. I mean, you could certainly do it. Just something to keep in mind. If UIKit Spark is the Spark for you, then go with that. UIKit doesn't have any state management like SwiftUI has too. That's very, very close to the truth. I would just tweak it just a little bit because I guess table view does have I think it was in iOS 13 or 14, they added make an update with these new items, but it's very, very, very small nitpick. I basically agree with that statement. And exists, I kind of forget what the API is here. Let's ask the documentation. Let's look up file manager. Come on, documentation. You're not hitting web service, you're just local. Remove item, where's exists? File exists. Cool, and then in here, we don't need to reset these anymore. And I mean, like, folks could hard code the scheme in their script. I'm not sure which is going to be more helpful as a template, honestly. Or if they also want to pass in the project. Just feel like the scheme is like the minimum that you need. Alex says, hey guys. Hey, Alex. Alex guy. Bruce Lee says delegates and data sources blast from the past. Oh my god, yeah. Now I have no idea how I'm gonna like test this in a reasonable way. Like, how am I gonna add this to a GitHub action? I guess I could like show that it builds. But like we can't run it. We can't like upload something to the App Store here. So what can we do? I guess we could initialize the template and then build it, kind of like we do, yeah, up here. Alex says, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you as well. I guess we'll say this is build. Something like that. Let's go ahead and push this on upstairs. Yeah, so I guess what we're doing is this showing that this template builds on GitHub Actions. Not gonna run it because then you'd have to deal with signing. You'd have to deal with a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure how else to do it other than like trust me on this, which doesn't feel great. It'd be great to have like a real test here. Hey guys, trust me. I use this in my app. But yeah, just to walk through the template real quick. This will create a package.swift for you with an App Store build and a little bit of a helper to get the secrets. Of course, all of these can be updated once you copy the template in, or once you use Swish to copy the template in, either way. Potato, tomato. Set the scheme and an upload credential. This could be username and password if you want instead. Just trying to encourage people to use the API key method, because you don't want to leak your passwords by accident. And we have a little bit of a helper here to reset the directory, the log directories. Okay, well we did the secrets. Not sure about this update. I feel like my approach to the Xcode build, I'm just kind of spinning in circles with what the best approach is going to be. I thought I slept on it last night, and I think I need to sleep on it all over again. Oh, we have some white space issues. I guess we can check on our GitHub action. What's the fastest way to get there? Oh, we have two issues. Oh, they're both from me. Yes, the version is incorrect. Ooh, we got a failure. Oh, right. Because the dash init requires you to pick a template now. I guess we should add a should add like a default template, I guess. It doesn't really do much of anything, perhaps. And this will be kind of just what we had before, like just create a date. Nice and boring. Let's copy this though. Copy this in. And then we'll have some sources. We'll have the target. We'll have our main.swift. And we can copy this out of, where is it? I guess it's in here. So all this should be deleted, and we can copy it in over there. Command hex. Let's see, the part that we need is this part here. Bruce Lee for deemed hydrate for 300 qubits. New York City's finest. Make it into a water commercial or a shampoo commercial. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the clear the way emoji. Oh, it's not just a clear the way emoji, it's clear the way plus sunglasses. Okay, that's cool. Also just running that template, making sure it works. Hey, it works. It printed out the date. So then we can run the yes, I'm using Swish to build Swish to generate the scaffolding code. Oops. Oh, I should clean up all those print lines. Wow, what the hell is this? Can I open bracket? The hell is this? Oh, it's because there's a dot build in here. It just needs to ignore the files that are inside of the get ignore. That's fascinating. Wow, I didn't think about that. I guess for now I can delete those. Oh, case default. Oh, come on. Okay, I guess we'll call this date or simple. Oh, right, and no dashes allowed. Wait, I changed it to an underscore. Let's squash this directory. File templates doesn't exist. Okay, so we learned a few things there. See if we can fix them real quick. So first we need to create this directory if it doesn't exist. Create something at path. But really, I want to do that like that reset dir thing that I made. I want to delete it if it's there. It's not really worth making a library out of it. It's just this small tiny thing. So I'm going to copy paste it on over. Import foundation. I guess we can do this. No, let's keep it there. That's fine. But it does need a try out front. And we also need to either ignore everything that's get ignored or delete everything that's get ignored. And that's I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, honestly. I guess I could use, I mean, we have Swish, right? We could say like rm-fr *// maybe. That could get that could get a little exciting though, huh? But we'll we'll commit before running this. In case I got it wrong. And we'll push it up again just in case I got it wrong. Oh, am I in the wrong directory? No, I'm not. Let's see, I'm getting some weird errors. Oh, the package.resolved is one problem. Well, I guess that's not really a problem. What is the problem? Oh, because I have a three triple quote inside. Oh, wow. I have a triple quote inside of the template. So it doesn't translate well into a Swift code. How fascinating. Ooh, this is fun. So what are our options? We could try to escape these. When we import something, look for a triple quote and replace it with backslashed triple quote. We could try to do this with single quotes. But that's not a great scaffold on behalf of someone else. I think let's try to do the substitution of triple quotes. Let's see if that works. Because I think for like a string this big, a triple quote is like the way to go to make this easy for folks to use. So let's see. Let's look at our. Where is that? Let's close the templates directory. It is here. So where do we read in? So here's write contents of file. Yeah, so this needs to be like substituting or replacing occurrences of quote, quote, quote with escaped quotes. This might be fun. Currances or currances? These are NS ranges. Is there a nice, well, it's enses. Is there a replace in? Oh, thank you so much for the follow, RJ Hart TL. We are now 16 away from our next follower goal for having a nice formal tie stream again. Welcome to the community. Here's a heart. We do have a replace in occurrences, and it's more modern. Nice. More modern, but it's iOS too. Okay. Well, either way, this is what we're looking for. Occurrences of triple quote, and we place it with is that gonna even compile? It's only one way to find out. I don't know if the syntax highlighter is confused or if Xcode will be confused as well. No way to it, but to do it, let's ask the computer. That's what we pay it for. Expected a comma separator. Oh, I am missing the closing quote. Okay. Oh, and the syntax highlighter is a lot happier now, so that's hopefully a good sign. It looks like it's it's not treating this as a string. Let's see, what got generated? Oh. Fascinating. I think if I do the hashtags in front, we'll get like the exact literal. I won't do the, because it's right now it's doing variable substitution here. I think that's what's happening. Let's try out that theory. I also feel like this is... Okay, yeah, I see. Yes, we want the hashtag here, the hashtag here, I believe. Woohoo! There we go. Now we have the hashtag here, so it's a literal string. It doesn't do interpolation with these. It just treats it as very literal. So let's see if this builds on GitHub. This was untracked? That's odd. I was expecting this to be tracked. Did I move it? Do I have like 2 of these now? No. Okay. Git commit -m. What are we going to say here? Using octothorpes to get literal strings in our file templates. Cool. Oh, and we have to update our GitHub script. This should be, I guess, simple is, I guess, what we called it, because default is taken. I guess we could put backticks around it so we can use the word default. But I think I like simple as a descriptor here better anyway. GitHub action fix. I guess we can go ahead and cancel the previous build because it will fail again. Cancel run. Cancel run. Well, I'm sure GitHub is on it. Okay, so as we kind of get feedback from GitHub there, what's next? I guess we could make more templates. And I think that might be the next thing to do, because then we'll be able to, yeah, think about what we would want differently in our templates. So I guess we could have like 2 kinds of templates, like one for like a full Swish installation, for lack of a better word, like with generating the app icon, the script for pushing to the App Store, the script for generating your app from Xcode Gen. But I don't want to necessarily push Xcode Gen on people. I feel like that might detract from people using Swish. even though I think it's a great project. Because I guess what I'm thinking is someone might come along. They'll be like Swish-I, like App Store iOS. Like, yes, I want that in my app. I want the Swish App Store script, and then I'll modify it. And then they're cruising along. And they're like, oh, I also, turns out, I pushed the test flight, and test flight's rejecting my build because I don't have an app icon. Let me do the Swish app icon template, and then it just completely overwrites everything. So I want like a way to like add. Or if I had like a complete version. Like I'm not sure how I would support an add and a complete version as well. Let's see, what do the competitors of this do? I guess they like kind of have a completely different approach. They have a bunch of libraries and they tell you how to call them. They don't really do a templating for you. Let's see, who else does templating? I guess Vapor does templating. How do they approach their templating? Vapor templates. And I guess Create React App is also a templating tool we could get inspired from. Read the docs sounds great. Where is the docs about the templating? Not here. Okay, so what's in this templating thing? Used by Vapor's Toolbox, new project command. Yeah, they don't try adding features. Yeah, so I guess templating and adding, let's see. So Rails, you can like, the scaffolds in Rails are sort of meant to be additive. Like you scaffold a model and then you scaffold another model later. I guess Rails new like scaffolds an entire project, and then you use like Rails scaffold to like add a model, and it makes a bunch of files for you. Rails scaffold another model, and it adds a whole bunch of files for you. So what could we do? Let's see, how can we write this out? What would we want? Let's do something like that. I guess we would want to say like, what would be the workflow be? We'd say like Swish-I iOS perhaps, and that would make the App Store iOS script, the screenshot script, the app icon script, and then if people don't want something, they can delete it. And then, I mean, the one that I would be using when I make new apps would be like iOS Xcode Gen, and that'd have the same stuff plus Xcode Gen. I mean, I don't have like a Vapor template yet, but I could see kind of setting that up. Can I start making like a complete app for folks? I don't know if I want to go too far down that direction. Because one challenge with templates is they often don't get updated when we learn new things. iOS and Mac, I guess, and iOS and Mac and watch. Because I guess this is kind of begging for a plugin thing. Like if we say like swish-i and then like point it at a GitHub library, github.com/username/template, something like that. So it could have two built-ins, but if it starts with HTTPS, Alex said, someone say plugins, keep Bruce Leaf plugin kit. Anytime someone says plugin, all I think about is that now. Right on. Yeah, it's not really a plugin, it's just like where to copy from. Because you could have like a few built-ins, but then if it starts with github.com, then it loads something from an URL. I'm just really concerned about doing too much, and also concerned about not doing enough. I feel like you got to hit just the right balance to have something like usable and changeable by folks, to get folks to find it helpful so that they'll start using it and be free from, there's a lot of Ruby tools that people are using for iOS apps right now, and I'm of the strong opinion that I would much prefer to use Swift for my Swift projects. And I guess like the problem with this is that like this doesn't need to be built into Swish. Like there are templates already. There are like GitHub has template repositories already, but I feel like those don't work as well as people would like. So who am I trying to emulate? Am I trying to do like a whole template project, or am I just trying to get the Swish scripts up and running? I guess I should limit it to just the Swish scripts, and yeah, maybe this is it, like just iOS, because all this stuff is kind of just copying a directory. Hey, Smurda Counter, how's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Smurda Counter says, busy, bro. How are you? Doing well. Just thinking through the best way to approach helping people get started with pushing their apps to the App Store using Swift. Smart Accounter says, actually think I might start learning Swift. Oh, right on. It's my favorite language, turns out, at the moment. Smart Accounter wants to upgrade my PC first because I'll be running it on a VM. Oh, right on. Yeah, so I guess if we just have like the simple template and then like an iOS template to get people started with, I think that'll be perhaps the right amount of just the right amount, because otherwise we're just making template repos and there's already ways to do template repos. Like I'm not going to be better at it than GitHub is. Even if GitHub's template repos have problems, I don't think I could do a better job. So if we call this iOS, we can add the app icon script in here. And I forget what version that's into. Oh, did I misspell my own? Let's see. No, not all GitHub. Where's my repositories? Find a repository. App icon. Didn't I make this? Did I call it something else? Did I put like a star in front? Oh, XC assets. Right, because it's just okay. This is maybe I should rename this. Because all it does right now is the app icon, but it makes an XC assets thing. Let's see, app icon. Yeah, so I guess we'll just copy this in for now. Smart Accounter says I need to start using Git better. Right on. Yeah, Git's very powerful. And I guess we can copy the pattern here. Smart Accounter has 0 public repos. App icon. Yeah, so we can have a just let's see. I'm trying to download this here. Raw, and then Command S. Save it to downloads, I guess. And we want to copy this. Where did it go? Copy this into here, I guess. Then this will have a main.swift. And this, I think think I say what I need to do right in the README here. I do. That's nice. And I guess because this is just the iOS template, we can leave off the, well, I guess we'll say iPad as well. Yeah, I mean, folks will need to update this to whatever their app name is, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it. So we can add that to our CI. And this is something we can actually run because it's just running some Swift. And the name of that target was app icon. Bruce Leaf is cheering for some open source in the chat. For some up, make them public, PogChamp. Okay, we rename that to iOS. What is this? I keep forgetting the name of this. It's really long. I couldn't think of a more descriptive short one. Oh, did I put all that stuff in the README? I didn't mean to commit that. Where's the README? And this needs to have the template name here. Oh wow, this has not been updated in a while. Friend Serter List says hi. Hey, good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. And I guess we can start people off with the iOS one. Ron Serterless says, yes, I was busy. A lot of things happened. Oh, that's awesome. Hope it was all good things. Maybe simple is best. So what do we do here? I guess this is iOS template now includes app icon. Franz Serterless says, I published my first app. That's good, but there is a earthquake in my country, and I am a rescue team member, and I was work on the area. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hope everyone's okay. Because we can talk about the iOS template in the README. Franz Sardarlis says biggest in Turkey's history. Unfortunately, a lot of death. Oh wow. That is sad. This will create a Swish directory with a script to generate an app icon from an SVG and a script to push to the App Store. Swish App Store. Yeah, maybe I should add like a README inside of here, so that when folks use the iOS template, there's like a README for like what they should look out for. Like, hey, make sure to update the output directory, and hey, make sure to update the scheme, I guess, and get your secrets from wherever. Yeah, that's a good idea. But in the outer README, let's see, let's close other tabs and open this one as well. Read more about it at, can I do a relative link on GitHub? I guess we're about to find out. And yeah, there's some external examples as well to copy from. Add README. Oh, we didn't actually put anything in here. Let's see, what do we want to say? Hello. These are the scripts for, these are some scripts for managing your iOS project. Included in this template are a script to And I guess we can copy paste from what we said in the main readme. The script uses the SVG at Swish app icon.svg by default. You may want to put in a different SVG. But this will be useful for pushing to test flight. You may also want to update the outputter to something that makes sense to you. Currently, or by default, I guess. Oops, that deleted everything. By default, it outputs an app icon.exe assets to a directory named app. And we can describe the App Store script. The script pushes to the builds, archives your app. The script archives your app and pushes it to the App Store. By default, it expects your development team ID. I guess we can say by default it expects some environment variables. But of course, feel free to get them however you like. We can link to sh1 password here. https://github.com/full-queuedeveloper/sh1 password. And I guess we can have, I guess this is a list, right? Your issuer key, your issuer ID from App Store Connect. Be sure to also update the scheme name. By default, this is app. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a complete template because of the amount of editing that folks have to do, but I think it'll get people started. You could also use other kinds of credentials for the app upload tool, such as your username and password. Here, I guess I should link to that file in AL tool. Something like that, I guess. So it'll require you to generate an app-specific password. At appleid.apple.com. Guess we could put a dot at the end. You may also want to update the script if you need to pass in a project or workspace. And there's like infinity ways you could do that. You could just hard code it. You could pass it in from outside. Oh, and I guess this should have backticks around it because it's a literal. Cool. Now let's see, how did our build go? No, not you. Just straight up Swish. You failed. What failed? Unterminated. Maybe I just haven't pushed up in a little bit. That's. No, I don't think that's the problem. Okay, so there has been an update. Let's go ahead and commit the update. And let's go ahead and build that as well. Maybe we can get ahead of GitHub Actions. Yeah, so it built. So we should be good. Okay, so that's just going to be ticking away. And I guess while that goes away, we are at the halfway point, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Thank you all for joining and sticking around. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back from a little bit of a break. After the break, we've been reading from this book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. And this section is named Awareness. In most of our daily activities, we choose the agenda and develop a strategy to achieve the goal at hand. We create the program. Awareness moves differently. The program is happening around us, the world is at the door, and we are the witness. We have little or no control over the content. The gift of awareness allows us to notice what's going on around and inside ourselves in the present moment, and to do so without attachment or involvement. You may observe bodily sensations, passing thoughts and feelings, sounds, or visual cues, smells, and tastes. Through detached noticing, awareness allows an observed flower to reveal more of itself without our intervention. This is true of all things. Awareness is not a state you force. There's little effort involved, though persistence is key. It's something you actively allow to happen. It's a presence with and acceptance of what is happening in this eternal now. As soon as you label an aspect of source, you're no longer noticing, you're studying. This holds true of any thought that takes you out of presence with the object of your awareness, whether analysis or simply becoming aware that you're aware. Analysis is a secondary function. The awareness happens first as a pure connection with the object of your attention. It strikes me as interesting or beautiful. First, I live that experience. Only afterward might I attempt to understand it. Though we can't change what it is that we are noticing, we can change our ability to notice. We can expand our awareness and narrow it, experience it with our eyes open or closed. We can quiet our inside so we can perceive more on the outside, or quiet the outside so we can notice more of what's happening inside. We can zoom in on something closely. We can zoom in on something so closely it loses the features that make it what it appeared to be, or zoom out so far it seems like something entirely new. The universe is only as large as our perception of it. When we cultivate our awareness, we are expanding the universe. This expands the scope, not just of the material at our disposal to create from, but of the life we get to live. Okay, that's fascinating. I mean, I guess that reminds me a lot about meditation work. It reminds me a lot of like therapy work, where like kind of practice noticing your emotions, if it's anger or fear or joy, and sitting with the emotion without judgment and listening into your emotion as a way to notice your emotions, and then later you can analyze them. Later you can decide to act or not act on them, or how you want to express that emotion. Yeah, everything that he's saying in this book like makes so much sense to me, and it's so nice to have it like in book form, like in like a put together read format. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. So I guess anyway, coming back to our GitHub, we have errors again. Now this passed locally. This built locally, but did not. Oh. Because what we didn't test locally is actually like expressing the template. Okay, so we need to fix that real quick. Yeah, so if I, let's see, Swift build, let's build a release version of it and then use it to create a template, and I think we'll see what the problem is right away. Again, it's gonna be about those triple quotes. Let's see. So we need to go to a different directory, actually. Let's go to the desktop. That's what we did yesterday. That worked out pretty good. Yeah, so this is the error that we're getting on GitHub. Okay. So we can open this up in Nova and we'll see the problem. Maybe. Yeah, these are coming in as escaped. So I guess we got a little too excited about the escaping part, and we need to fix that part up real quick. Let's head back to, I guess, here-ish. Where is our directory? Okay, so it's here. Oh, and while we're here, let's rename this. I guess this is like generate main. Rename the file as well. And then, yeah, I think if we remove this replacing occurrences of, so let's go ahead and build again for release. Let's remove the Swish from the desktop and scaffold it out again, and then, oops, I hit Command W by accident. Let's go back to the desktop. Switch. Let's see if this builds. Okay, so not quite. Let's look at what got generated again. Yeah, these are still escaped. Oh, because I didn't actually rerun it. I didn't regenerate the scaffolding code. Okay, so let's try building again for release. Let's try. Well, it's just gonna overwrite. We can just. Where is it? Yeah, we can just do this again. Let's open up Nova. Instead of asking the compiler, I want to look at it myself. No, we're still getting this. Okay, so what do we need to do on the instead? Let's look at what got generated in here. So there's the README. There's the package.resolved. There's the package.swift. And then here's the, no, not this file. This is the one that we're having trouble with. and it is just triple quoted here. It's confusing the confusing the syntax highlighter, but that's okay. Because it's still building. Wait, something's not quite adding up. Okay, so what was it? It's like generate. Yeah, generate this. Build from release. Okay, now let's try scaffolding it out again. And when we check in Nova to what got generated, we have these escape things again. Okay, so what is going on? Because it looks, this is what we have. It has a triple quote right here. So why isn't this coming on through? Do I need to occurrences of one, two, three, four, five? Do I need to do something like that? It's like literally 5 quotes. I know that the syntax highlighter is a little upset. So let's see, what is the build process here? I guess create the scaffold code. No, a simple one's going to be fine. This one has triple quotes, and it's. I was expecting that to just work. That's unfortunate. I guess we just need to do this without triple quotes. It's just getting a little spicy, unfortunately. I mean, I was just thinking that this form would just be more obvious of what's going on compared to trying to use the shxc run wrapper. But I mean, there's got to be a way to do this. Let's see. Let's open up a playground. Yeah, just blank. Sure, on the desktop, that's great. So if I have a string, oh, we have a string right there, greeting. So if I say, and then print greeting, if I put 3 quotes on the inside, that's fine, right? Oh, it's still spinning. Come on, Xcode. Maybe we'll just do it from the command line. What is it, Swift REPL? So we can say let a equals I need parens. Yeah, so that comes through. And if I do how do I put an actual carriage return in here? Okay, I guess we're stuck with the playground then. Come on, playground. Come on, playground. So I have to like restart Xcode or something. Where's Xcode? Right here. My playground. So this build succeeded, but it has not printed anything out. So, okay, there we go. Okay, restarting Xcode helped. Okay, so if I do triple quote, have 3 quotes on the inside, that works. You can have another triple quote on the inside, that works. Yeah, this is kind of what I would expect to happen. That's what I expect to happen. This is good. So what is going wrong with what I'm doing? Here's Nova. Yeah, I shouldn't need to do the replacing. Because these do not have these don't have hashtags in front of them, which would break what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's just getting confused because I'm doing stuff inside of inside of this loop here. Um, but it was working before. Swift build. Yeah, it compiles. And we could copy like this whole thing into the copy this into the playground. Like this, the syntax highlighting is looking fine. Printed it out as we would expect. So it's working in Xcode, not working from the command line, I guess. Please work. Let's open up Nova, I guess, while we're here. No, it didn't come through. Why is it printing it out like this? Because it's not doing that here. This one, yeah, this looks like I would want it. So see, am I doing something in here that I shouldn't be doing? File created, create file. Contents using UTF-8. Maybe I need to do like a substitution here. I know this is pretty weird. This is gonna. I just need to like see what's going on. There it is. Now let's quit out of this repo. Rebel. Not only built for release, let's generate the scaffolding code. build for release. Generate the scaffold again from the executable we just built. And I guess we can scroll back up and see. See, this is what we would want. This is correct. So when we open it up in here, why is it why is it doing this? Why are you doing this, Xcode? When I print it, it's coming out correct. When I write it to disk, it's escaping the quotes. This is surprising behavior. Swift, Swift print without escaping. We can print out an unescaped string by calling Swift print or wrapping it with ns string. So I need to wrap it in ns string? Okay, let's try it out because we're like really close. Oh, I guess like that's why it's, I guess according to that blog post, that's why this is working. Let's rebuild. We don't need this tab anymore. uint has no member UTF-8. Right, because the data conversion is what's causing it, huh? Fascinating. Is there a way to write an NS string to a file? That's the file name. Document dot, what's document? Document is a string, write to file. Okay, looks like we can write it directly once we convert it to an NS string. This is a little weird, Swift. This is a little weird. Oh, because I'm using create file at path with contents. Yeah, so instead of that, of the NS string contents, I'll say NS string dot write to let's open this up in Xcode actually, because it'll be nice to have the autocompletes here. So let's close that. And let's open up this in here. Here we go. Write to file, atomically true, and then coding will be and this can throw. Okay, really weird, but this blog post said this might help us, so we are gonna try it on out. No, it's still not working. Why? Why, Swift? Why? Oh, now it worked. And if we build, if we swish -b, wow. Well, thanks, Sarush, for that blog post. That really saved my project here. Fix quote escaping, fix triple quote escaping by converting to an NS string. That's so weird. There's got to be another way to do that, but at least we found a way. And we can go and watch the GitHub build. And I guess we shouldn't try to. Oh, we should be able to build it on Ubuntu. Just we can't run. I don't think we can run the App Store script on Ubuntu since it's not there. Obviously, it does require a Mac. Cool. I guess we can update some more README stuff while we wait for this to pass or fail. Wait, this is the one from the trash. Let me just try that again. No, it did build. Okay. Yeah, Nova like points at stuff in the trash sometimes, which is a little disconcerting sometimes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess my vision was to have a template that would just work for everyone out of the box. That just seems a little difficult, I guess. there's going to have to be some changes that people make to the template themselves, and hopefully this README guides them through that. I guess what I find unfortunate is that I'll probably be using like a template repo for my own stuff. I mean, I guess I just wanted to do something bigger than the simple one, which just like gets the date. Just a little too simple. So what's next? I guess we could do screenshots, or we could start on another project. Oh my god, we had a failure. This will be fixing the failure is what we'll be doing. Oh. Wow. Cannot convert value of string dot encoding to argument of type uint. So what am I supposed to do? Is NSString even available on Ubuntu? Yeah, maybe we just won't support this on Ubuntu. This is a uint though. These are all things on uint. Yeah, it's a uint. I guess not on Ubuntu? Let's Google for this. We can't be the first person to run into this. Which means this just won't build on Ubuntu. That is unfortunate. How we're doing on Mac though. We are just plugging away. That's great. There's got to be a way to do that on Linux, and we can just do like a if available, perhaps. Let's see. That is here. Let's see. I guess how would we do this? We need access to a Linux machine to figure out how we would do this. Or hopefully we can Google it a different way. Maybe we can say foundation. Maybe Linux instead of Ubuntu. See, they just get to call it UTF-8 string encoding, and they're presumably on Linux. Yeah, they're on Linux. Back in 2016. Let's see, how do we have fun with this? I am feeling hashtag stuck. Yeah, I'm hoping to do like if Linux like this, then do something else for it. So that's what they're doing here. What Swift version is on the GitHub action? Let's see, let's go to the top. .572, so that's the latest. I guess this is a string dot encoding on Linux now. Which might mean that they're implemented differently. Okay, let's try if OS is Linux, else, and if. So that'll be, I guess, the normal flow. But for on Linux, then we will try to say just .utf-8 directly, I guess. Something like this. Oh, it's the desktop. And I'm not on Linux, so I don't know until we push it up to GitHub. Git commit. Try to accommodate Linux. That's queued. How is iOS Mac doing? It's getting pretty far. I mean, the stuff that we were curious about that was failing on Linux is passing here on iOS, so that's fantastic. And this will be right up front, so So I guess it failed again. Oh, so it still takes a uint, just that that type string.encoding on Linux is not a uint. Linux Swift Foundation. Okay, so why are they using the encoding? Fascinating, fascinating. Okay. So this is a string. Okay, it's so close. There's got to be documentation somewhere. Swift documentation foundation on Linux. Well, I guess this should get us close to there. Yeah, here's foundation. I guess we can hit dot to get the editor of this. And I guess we'll expand it. Let's see, is there an NS string here? Here's NS string. You can say, there we have a function named write. That's to URL. See, the encoding here is a uint. So then where is the string encoding stuff? So is this Objective-C or Swift? This file is shared between two projects. If you change this file, you must update it in both places. Okay. TF's 8 string. Is there like, I guess there's this encoding. Where do I find this thing? It's not under E. Can I command click? Yeah, I didn't think so. What is encoding? Is it an enum? Is it a struct? Let's see. Oh, it is a struct. Oh, so if I say raw value on it, okay. We dove into foundation code today. So for Linux, we'll say this dot raw value. Foundation is different on Linux. Fascinating. Okay, macOS is doing great. Let's see if we do better this time. On Linux, see, I guess we're not doing this task. We're just trying to get our project to build on Linux as well. Checking out some code. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. So I guess we were wrong. Has been renamed. So it's supposed to be marked unavailable. So I guess I have to say string encoding UTF-8 and then call raw value on that. On Linux, I guess. Oh, and I guess I can fix this white space while I'm at it. I wonder if this would work on Mac as well. Like, I wonder if I don't need this if I just use this if I do this, I guess. I'm curious. But okay, we felt this was the previous build. Okay, we got a lot of things going on. Let's cancel the other ones. We know it already passes on Mac. We don't need those to finish. Oh, hey, that built. That built on Ubuntu. Okay. And it's just, let's let it, yeah, that's great. Can we consolidate? Because I would prefer not to have any platform-specific stuff if possible. Oh, okay, yeah, the iOS one does not run on Linux at all. Okay. That's fine. That's somewhat expected, I suppose. Um, yeah, we'll just say that template is not supported on Linux because it's not. Building for the App Store on Linux is not supported by Apple. Sure, people have figured out a way to do it. I have not. I'm really curious about this. Just compiling the dependencies. Just want to see that green for this step. On the edge of my seat. Okay, well, what failed on Ubuntu over here? Yeah, no app-kit. Yeah, so be sure not to do that. Yeah, and the way we're going to do that is in our CI. So here I have 2204. Here I have Ubuntu latest. I guess I should make those match. Is it 12 like that? Yeah. Cool. So we can use the what we tried. We don't have to have two splits. We don't have to have preprocessor macros for which OS we're on. We can just use this. So a little weird we're using NS string, but it seems to be working. Yeah, I guess one thing is that template, I guess the iOS template really forced us to make sure that the triple quoting templating worked, and we don't have something that tests that now on Linux. So I guess I'll have to come up with an example for it to that test that, I guess. I'll add a coffee for the day. Let's see, what else could we do while we're waiting for the build? So we could look up doc.c stuff. No. doc.c Swift. So you do want to have documentation for our stuff at some point. Sloth Creator, building doc.c documentation Xcode. I don't really care about that. Distributing documentation to external developers. Yes. Care about this. Single page web app. I don't know if I need an SPA for this. Xcode build, doc build, scheme. Similar to the following. Even Apple doesn't tell you everything. Post documentation on your website. I wonder if someone's made a GitHub action for this. I bet someone has. Doxy GitHub action. Well, there's a blog post. I wonder if I can do this on Ubuntu. Like, I wonder if I can do this without requiring a Mac from GitHub Actions. Name your workflow. Okay, he's using Xcode build here. I guess we need to, does need to be a Mac. Current drawbacks of doc.c. Currently, if your class has some helper methods, those methods will not be defined within documentation. I guess that's okay. Okay, well that's kind of a nice little preview. Let's see how our builds are doing. Ooh. It ran this even though I tried to tell it not to. I guess we need to fix that. This should be not equal. Oh, because it's still building it. It can't. Okay, this has to go on the previous one as well. It can't build it because it requires apt-get. Okay. Where is the command line? What are we doing here? We are, I guess it's GitHub Actions. Limit, well, which OS runs what. That's close enough. Okay, we can just cancel this workflow. That got through enough of it. Same thing here. I'll cancel this one. Cancel this one. And yeah, just hoping that these pass. And I guess we could write some documentation. We're coming towards the end of the stream. Don't want to start a big task. Yeah, CI is great, but when when you're trying to fix something, you have to run it a bunch of times, and it's a lot of waiting. That part can feel that can feel a little tedious. It's true. Oh, I guess one thing we could do, just to make sure that everything works as expected on Linux, is we can make this a we can make this a triple quoted string. I mean, this is making it overly complicated, I guess. Oops, I forgot to add the A flag. Okay, so these skip these correctly. We have like a little Docker demo on Linux, I guess. See, I guess we can just, we don't need these. All cut up. Cool. Can close this. I guess we can go back to the Swish repo. I mean, this is the one that I'm curious about the most. Yeah, so Ubuntu got through everything that we need. Okay, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, it looks like the triple quote worked on Linux as well. So that's fantastic to be reassured about. Pretty sure these are going to pass. Oh man. Well, I hope everybody out there is having a good time. I hope everyone's making some cool apps. If you want to chat more, feel free to join the Discord, ! Discord. But yeah, let's start writing the end of stream summary because I'm pretty sure this is going to pass. Let's see. I guess kind of really it took all of our time to sort of get a first template put together the App Store template. Or I guess we call it the iOS template. iOS template in Swish. So that folks could have a better starting template than the kind of the previous default one. Do you see GitHub dancing along with the music? Oh yeah, get in that groove. So host compared to the previous default template. We had problems with NS string or with string. Escaping the quotes when converting to a data. We found a blog post that recommended using NS string. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the summary. You can swish -i for iOS and you'll get like a template. And assuming these builds, I guess we should cut a new tag and all that stuff. I mean, if we were really clever, we would sort of detect if the name of the project and all that, but that's that's out of scope for today anyway. Which might be the next thing to do. Like detect if there's a I guess you could say it would be nice if the template could detect the apps directory. But then you get into like, the template just has too much code in it. The template then just has too much code in it. I guess maybe the template generator, yeah, if the initializer because what that needs to do, we need to, I guess, parse, find if there's an Xcode proj, parse out where the directories are, possibly fail if someone has a complicated setup. Yeah, it does get a little spicy. Cool, this got all the way through, just to the last one. Pretty sure that's going to pass. This one's also all the way to the end, and I'm sure that one's going to pass as well. Cool, well, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun working on Swish, even though some parts were a little frustrating, but we got through it, and these tests are pretty sure going to pass. This is all live on my GitHub, FullQ Developer. We'll be cutting a new release of it soon, and you can install it using Brew currently to get the current version. Brew tap FullQ Developer /Swish, or Brew install FullQ Developer /Swish/Swish. I'm not sure why you need 2 swishes for Brew, but that's the world that we live in. You can also install it using Mint, which is another fun tool. I may not be streaming tomorrow, or if I do stream, it's going to be starting at a later time. Some stuff came up, but I will be back Monday for sure. You can follow me on Mastodon Online. That has links to all the other stuff. My apps on the App Store, my YouTube channel, my GitHub projects, and my website. Anything else? Do something tonight that an AI could never do. Desire something. And I'll see you Monday.